So for the last week in Siding class, we were looking at interpenetration of solids. This is one of the Leaving Cert questions. It's an ordinary level question from 2015. It's basically the same as the fence post question that we did in Siding class. So I'm just going to have a quick look at how we're going to do that. I have the question half set up. We'll just read through the question first. So the first part was just general information. Then figure B1 shows the incomplete projections of the school building. Draw the given views and show all lines of interpenetration. That's the first part of it, fairly standard. And part B is draw an end view of the school building. You'll notice it doesn't tell you what side you need to draw an end view at, so you can draw it at whatever side you prefer. So if we just have a look at the setting up the question here is set up in the same way as it's given in the question. There's nothing new inside in this part of it. Everything to this stage is just taking the information that's in the question and going with it. So most of this is already set up. First, what we need to do is we need to find in plan where the object is going to intersect with it. So if we look at this point here, we need to find where that is down in plan. And also for this point up in the elevation, where is that going to be down here? On the opposite side of the building, we can see in plan where the line of intersection is, or the point of intersection is going to be. It's here and here. We just need to find those up in the elevation. So each one of these now just uses our limits method. So anywhere that we can see a flat surface where our object is going to intersect it. So if it was, for example, this, where the pencil is coming in to intersect it, I don't know exactly where that goes through it, but if I have an edge view of the surface like this, I can see where they go through it. So that's what we're looking at here. I have an edge view in the elevation of the right hand side, that is this point and this point. So I'm projecting both of those down from my elevation into plan. Now I need to look carefully. This one, is it at the front or the back? If we look at the question, we can see that it is on the lower side, is at the front. So that is going to be this point. The same up here at the back, that's projected down, and that gives us the point of intersection for that line. What we can see then is where each line is going to continue on and intersect. That comes into that point. This one comes into here. And then all we have is a sloping line on the top of the surface here. Okay, so this sloping surface here is this sloping surface here. Is there hidden detail that needs to go into it? No. The piece for the left hand side is again done much the same way. We have except this time we can see in plan, so it intersects here and here. So again, these are our limits. I can see an edge view of the surface there, and the other surface is coming in to meet it at this point, so that's going to tell me where they intersect up in the elevation. So if I can project this point up into the elevation, that gives me this point. That's down low as it's at the front, it's the lower one. This one up here is at the back, it's the top one. That gives me that point. And from there, I can join up my line. So I'll be able to see a visible line here on the front. That's going to come up to meet this one. This line is also visible at the front. And my line's coming up on top to meet at that point. So up on top of here, this front edge comes into here, back edge comes into there, front edge to this point. Now, is there hidden detail for the back? Yes, there is going to be hidden detail here because there's an edge going straight down there at that point. So I got a hidden detail line coming down along here. So hidden detail along there. Okay, that's part A of the question, where we asked to find, draw the given elevation and plan, the given views, and show all lines of interpenetration. So this is one line of interpenetration, this is where they're intersecting, and up here in the elevation is the other point. Part B of this question is to draw an end view of the school building. So our school building, our end view, can either go on the left or the right. Now at this stage I have set my question up very far to the left, giving my space on the right. This is done in the same way that all other orthographics are done. We're going to take each point and project it off over to the very edge of the object and then project it up at 45 degrees. Heights are the same as they are in the elevation, so our lines can just come straight across. So I'm just going to start off by drawing a general box around the overall object. Going to give me the total size of what that should be, and if it fits inside in this box when I'm finished, then I know I've done something right. So that is the total box that this entire thing needs to fit into. If we start just with maybe with the piece here in the center, we're given what that looks like in the end view already in the question. So we're going to project this up. Now we need to figure out what is the high side and the low side. So our low side is towards the front, so that is going to be this height up here, and it's going to be, for me as I drew it this way, this is going to be the low point. This line here is at the back, it's further back, so it's up higher, and that line is also going to come across and gives me this point here. Can now see a true shape and what that looks like when it intersects. It's going to be here and here. The next part of this is what does up here look like as we're putting other bits and pieces into it. We have the full width of it, we have the full height of it, how far up it's going to go, and realistically this is just going to be a block. So if I'm looking at it from this side, I can see this edge here, I can see this edge, and I can see the very top of it. Now one thing we need to watch out for just inside in the end view, as I'm looking at it from the left hand side, I do have a low edge here. That will need to be taken into account, so I'm going to have some sort of hidden detail for that off over in the end view. Height of that is transferred from the elevation straight across. It's not going to be inside in this part of it because that's inside in the other part of the building, so it is just going to be here on the sides, starting at the side and ending up there again. And that's it, that's the finished question. That's the 2015 ordinary level question B1 Interpenetration of Solids.